I finally decided what I want to do when I grow up. Hi guys, Shira here. I know I said in my last video that was the end of season 4, but then I remembered that I haven't yet told you all about my amazing experience in the emergency room and Tarim Primary Care Clinic. Over the last month, I had 6 shifts in Hadassah and Karim's emergency room and 6 shifts in Tarim. For those of you who don't live in Israel, Tarim is a clinic that provides urgent and emergency care without the 6-hour waiting time that you'd expect in a regular hospital's emergency room. Tarim has branches in like Jerusalem, Modi'in, Beit Shemesh, among others. Without a doubt, this was by far my favorite clinical placement. Why? Well, in most of my placements, I was either in a department that really didn't have much for us students to do, or I had supervisors who didn't have the patience to let us do stuff, or I was in a large group of like 4 to 6 girls. But like in the emergency room in Tarim, I was finally given the responsibility and allowed to do everything that nurses do. Be it admitting patients, giving medications, taking blood, putting in IVs, you name it, everything. And for all my shifts, I was one-on-one with my supervisor, which really makes a huge difference in the learning experience. And it really made me realize that all I need to succeed is just a bit of personal attention and a lot of practice. So I thought I'd tell you a little bit about a few of the cases I had, a few situations I had. Probably the most exciting situation was an emergency intubation of a 60-year-old man who came into the emergency room with heart failure and pulmonary edema. There were like 10 staff members around the guy's bed, and it was amazing to see like how even under all that stress, all the staff members worked together to keep this man from dying. Another day in the ER, we had this patient in his like mid-30s who was found unconscious in a forest after being missing for 3 days. So he came in unconscious, very low score on the Glasgow Coma scale, but like all his tests came back like completely normal other than a slight dehydration. Then I think after like 6 hours in the hospital, he suddenly woke up and he didn't remember a thing. We also had this 21-year-old soldier who was stung by a yellow scorpion, also called the death stalker. Maybe that's a name for it you're more familiar with. Well, he assumed it was a yellow scorpion because his friend who was with him at the time claimed to have seen something yellow scuttle away. So the doctors actually suspected it was a black widow spider based on the signs. Like on his leg, he had this huge patch of like blackish brown necrotic tissue, like the size of my fist. In the end, it turned out not to be a bite or a sting at all, but actually acute contact dermatitis. Before doing blood tests and IVs on patients, we practiced on each other. And the first patient I did a blood test on was actually a psychiatric patient. He came in with like razor cuts all the way up both legs. He was like somewhere in his late 20s, but acted like a 6-year-old. Like, he was actually really cute. The guard that was assigned to him kept calming him down, like stroking his face and saying stuff like, "It's okay, sweetie, the nice nurse is gonna do some tests and it'll be over in just a short while." Apparently this guy had actually been in the emergency room the day before and at that time had claimed that he'd left his 4-year-old home alone. Like the staff had totally freaked out and called social services, only to find out that this guy doesn't have any children. In Tarim one time, we had a guy come in after cutting off his finger. He was accompanied by his hysterical wife who was screaming at him, "I warned you about using that electric saw." Another interesting situation, one shift in Tarim, I was admitting a 7-year-old woman and like I felt that she looked kind of familiar, but I didn't really think much of it. Later on in the shift, a man who was like about in his mid-50s, he came up to me and he told me that he remembered me from like a 1.5 years ago when I took care of his mother in the rehab unit at Herzog Hospital. Like he even remembered my name and that I'd made Aliyah from Toronto, and like I was shocked. This is actually the second time meeting a patient in a different institution. The first time I was doing home visits and I went to the home of a patient who I'd taken care of when he was in intensive care at a certain hospital. That patient also had recognized me, and I was more shocked about that, seeing as he had been sedated and intubated at the time. So I guess that's it about that for now. Definitely was a really great experience and I want to work in the emergency room. The end. Right now I'm in Toronto. I'm here for about 6.5 weeks until after Chagim. And season 5 will bring a lot more videos, a lot more fun. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can click the subscribe button, I think, which is below or up there. I don't know, I'll make a square right here. You can press that and you can subscribe to my channel to be the first to find out when I upload something new. I have a new Facebook page if you didn't know. The link is in the description box below, so go like that. And of course, like this video, and you can go follow me, subscribe to me, and all my other social media stuff. All the links are in the description box below. And yeah, I will see you next time. Thanks again for watching! You can click here to watch my previous vlog, probably one of my best, so you might not want to miss out. Click on the squares below to either watch all my vlogs, check out my channel page, or subscribe to my channel to be the first to find out when I upload something new. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.